Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
Ray, I haven't a clue.
About what?
I just looked at you there.
Yeah?
I wore a tracksuit all day. As you wear them all day in work as well?
Yeah.
Man, my left ball was sticking to my left leg and my right ball was sticking to my right leg. I couldn't open my legs at
It
all.
was a walking day, wasn't it?
Fucking hell, Ray. Do you know what I did when I straight away got back there?
What?
Cold shower.
Did you?
Straight away. And I put it on the back of my neck. Did you ever put a cold shower in the back of your neck?
That's real Mr. Miyagi stuff now. I wouldn't be into that.
Yeah, I know, and I was meditating in there as well.
No.
I was humming. You know that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I used to do with Matt. Okay, that was shite. Come here. I had to take a cold shower, man. I was fucking all over
An
the
actual
place.
cold shower.
No,
Shower.
Put it on hot for about a minute, and I said, I can't believe I just got in here to try and refresh myself.
Yeah.
And ended up I'm scalding myself.
Well.
So I turned it all the way down, man.
But that's still not pure cold.
But it is pure cold.
It's not. It's an electric shower's lowest setting is still lukewarm enough.
Yeah, no, it wasn't lukewarm, though.
It wasn't Atlantic Ocean cold.
Nothing to do... Well, no, obviously not.
No.
Which reminds me, I haven't hopped into it.
We'll have to.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
There's nothing like hopping in
there's a
during
bastard
the
of
summer.
a fly annoying me now.
Yeah, there's a bastard fly, but actually me and Nicola are struggling for pound and he's renting the spare room. So he actually records his own podcast in here. It's called Fly in the Wall.
the Kendy and Raybo after show.
Yeah, he records the after show. Weren't the boys great crack, man? They were flying and all that kind of stuff. So did you come up with that after show quote there? Because I can almost guarantee you, and I can't believe I'm bringing this up, there's a Love Island after show, isn't there?
Yes, there is, yeah, but
What's it called?
I don't watch it.
Love Actually.
I don't know.
Well, Love Actually is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a hoax.
Or After Sun. That's what it's called. It's called After Sun.
Is that what actually it is called?
Yeah,
Oh, shite, I thought, what a great name.
Yeah.
Come here, let's just get this out of the way, because I was going to talk about Love Island.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I was listening to News Talk, Sean Moncrief. Not that Ocean FM isn't obviously brilliant, and having said
We
that...
have to be careful.
Yeah, we do have Danny here who works for Ocean FM.
Marvellous station.
Yeah.
I watch it all the time. I wouldn't miss an episode.
Oh, he's on it he's always watching the Ocean FMs. So not to do it. I mean, if it was just because Ocean FM wasn't working in the car, I was outside Sligo. So I said, I better listen to News Talk. And a gentleman called Sean Moncrief. And he had a woman on at Raymond who has her own podcast.
Okay.
Who doesn't nowadays, is you. And her one was about Love Island.
Oh.
So she would talk every night afterwards about Love Island.
Oh, I'd enjoy that now. I used to listen to the Love Island podcast, the official one, yeah.
Can I also say as well that Nicola told me there was a video sent around today of Sean's Riley, who I would have quite a substantial amount of respect for.
Now.
Not all of which was lost in 15 seconds.
Now, this is something I wasn't going to bring up.
Okay, well, I'm glad now.
But yes, the news is out. Sean O'Reilly is now an avid fan of Love Island.
I mean,
he loves it.
Knowing him, he'll be in it next year.
Well, I hope so.
Honestly. But it'd be great to have someone like him in it. Like,
I've always thought that.
While the boys are all going around like, all right, fuck it. You just want him going,
how are you doing? How are you doing?
Is there any porridge in
What's
this
the
place?
Greg?
What's for breakfast?
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, where are you off to?
Tipping on everything. Imagine.
Yeah.
Coming on.
And then someone else in the diary room going, I can't take the tapping anymore. Just can't take it.
Yeah,
you just won't stop.
Yeah, they won't get paired up with because of it. That's funny. You said diary room, Ray.
Well,
no.
I have something also. See, my head's firing here now.
Go on, you fire.
You want to talk about the Sean Moncrief thing, but I then also have to talk about the idea of Sean O'Reilly in the Love Island. Will we go with that first?
Okay, we can explore this avenue first. Right. Let's go down this path.
I'll tell you something that'd be the downside of having Sean O'Reilly in Love Island, right? And you're thinking, oh, sure, all the viewers would fall in love with him. Yeah. No, that's not it.
Yeah.
No, it's the lack of forks that would occur.
What?
Right?
What the forking?
There will be a distinct lack of forking.
What? Oh, look, come here now.
That's what Sean would do to it.
You're going to have to explain before I take the innuendo too far.
I was kind of hoping you would.
No, I'm not trying not to, because I'm trying to be respectful to a gentleman friend.
So anyway, lately, here in our own house, right, myself and Laura have noticed something happening. There has been a distinct reduction in the level of forks available in the cutlery drawer.
Okay, I was going to say he's not forking as much as he used to be forking.
If anything, he's forking more.
He's not forking it out, man.
And it seems to be outside broadcast fork.
Right, okay, so what do you... Explain to me exactly what you mean.
We had about...
Before I go daft.
We had about 18 forks in the drawer, right?
Three.
A goodly amount between three of us. There would always be... See, Sean wouldn't be great for washing the forks.
Right, okay.
So there was always a supply there. There could be 10 of them in the dishwasher. Do you know?
Sounds like a nightmare to live with, Ray, for being honest.
But lately, the number of them just started dwindling.
Okay.
To the point where this evening, I was delayed getting here because there was only one fork left.
Because of the forking situation.
There was a forking situation.
The forking situation that's going on.
Yeah.
Led you to be 20 minutes late.
I was 20 minutes late because we only had one fork and Laura was preparing dinner for two.
All right, okay. And you don't need like
I could have.
The film where the two dogs do eat the spaghetti and then you meet in the middle.
Yeah, we could have done that. But the fact the forks were all missing. And then we challenged Sean on it.
Yeah, you sat him down.
Sat him down.
Said, come on
now.
The fork is going on.
The fork is
how many more times do you think we'll just use that same one over and over again?
Anyway, he says, hold on. So he went out to the van and he got his little backpack to just bring with him to gigs.
It's all, but you pack his lunch obviously every day from that little backpack.
He packs his own lunch.
He has little Power Rangers backpack.
This is talk.
And he tips off out the door every day. Imagine.
But it's so Cavan. He brings his own dinner to gigs.
Yeah, I know, but that's...
And bringing the dinner, he brings forks.
Ray, I don't even bring dinner to the house. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
you know the way he... Like, so he goes so far. I hate saying this now because I might get...
Right.
This doesn't reflect well on me and Nicola. Mm-hmm. Ray, we shopped yesterday for the first time in... Honestly, I think it was last year. Like,
what?
Honestly,
are you getting home help that I didn't know about? There's someone coming here.
Because we'd usually just tip down to the centre, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'd usually tip.
I like the way you pronounce that.
We'd usually tip down to Cantor Centre, and I don't know why I did that.
That's brilliant.
I think that might be a most common way of saying it as well. You know the way we say your man was abroad in Medicine. You know, so they tipped down to the local centre, and your man was.
It's like you've really, condensed the end of the word.
Hello, Mary. I'm going to go down to centre. I'm going to get a few briquettes.
There's almost a GH in it. Yeah.
It's actually a phlegm releaser. I think it's because everybody in Roscommon has so much phlegm they're trying to get it out of them.
Yeah, right.
It's even
so down in you hadn't been
to Centra.
You hadn't been to Centra in a while.
So usually we go there. We went to the new Lidl, and I was like, Nicola, there's loads of stuff here we haven't bought. So what I'm saying to you,
you've only been getting your stuff from Caltra
Centre, or we get what they call, Raymond, a takeaway. Something of which took off something fierce during the COVID pandemic.
All right.
And we have
6 nights a week.
We have not been able to let go of it. Yes.
Yeah.
So hence why I've always given out about the size of me. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't even go that far to bringing it into the house, and he's bringing it back out of the house again.
That's what he does.
To not
he
spend
goes
money
to
out
Lidl.
Yeah.
Buys the dinner, prepares the dinner in the house, puts it in a fancy lunchbox, takes 4 forks with him and leaves.
Why does he take 4? Why would he take 4?
Because it'd be 1 for the lunchbox and there'd be 3 more in the bag that he'd had from the last 3 gigs he did.
Oh, right. So they keep building up.
When he brought in the bag this evening, he took 18 forks out of the bag.
That's outrageous.
Along with an abundance of spoons, knives, stuff we didn't notice he was even gone, and 3 yellow cups.
What is his excuse for being such a bastard? Do you know what I mean? Does he have when he comes back in and says that's where they all are there? He doesn't do that blasé. He doesn't go, oh, there they are.
Oh no,
there's the 16 forks.
He was proud of it.
But that's fucking not right.
There was a laughter about him.
No, yeah, but that's the giddiness involved in such a fucking display. Should not be, Ray. You should call him on it and say, what the hell, man? You and Sean have been living together for how long now?
About 20 years.
This is about 20 years. Like, you were living together when I moved here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And back when you were a gossin.
Back when I was only a young fella.
Yeah.
And I was only a twinkle in your eye, man. You saw me come one day and you said, that's the guy that's going to take over. He's going to run this town eventually.
Yeah.
But when you were... how many... Can you count on one hand or 2 hands, or do you need your toes? How many times you've legit fell out?
Oh. Never.
What?
Never legitimately fell out where there was a day or 2 spent, that we were vexed we should not talking. There might have been a heated conversation.
Right.
At most.
But was there not ever any kind of drink up all the milk situation?
I'll give you an example.
Okay, please.
At one stage, Sean was it was right in the depths of lockdown, things were terrible. Mm-hmm. Right? And there was a few of us living in the house at the time. It was a busy house. And
It was isolation central.
Isolation central, and we were having difficulty drying clothes because obviously I used to go to the dry cleaner all the time. Remember those days when I used to just get everything dry cleaned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still crazy. Do you still do that?
No, I stopped. I bought what you call one of them units. They're like a washing machine, but to dry things.
A dryer.
Tumble dryer.
Are you fucking taking the piss?
Yeah, I
How
got
the
that.
fuck did you... Like a washing machine, but it's a dryer.
Yeah.
And you were like, what's it called again
I
there?
forgot the name. But anyway,
You said the name.
We got a tumble dryer, and then therefore everybody then was washing in house.
Yeah.
But there was an occasion where it was proving difficult to dry the more delicate items, like all of Sean's wardrobe.
Sean's tongues.
Sean's wardrobe is all delicate.
Just all of his clothes are delicate.
Yeah, because he wouldn't like anything going in an old tumble dryer. He put a towel in, but that'd be the height of it.
I get that.
Yeah.
Nicola's only thing she wanted after the wedding, I said, what are we going to buy as a wedding present for ourselves? All she wanted was a tumble dryer. So we got one, and none of my clothes go into it.
No, because
as I expand, the clothes shrink.
And they get a little less black.
Yeah,
Like
they
the
do.
t-shirt I'm currently wearing.
Like this is what, man, look at that.
This used to be black as the dark at night.
Man, that used to look like Wesley Snipes.
Continuing the popular tea reference that we talk about here on the podcast. Anyway, so at the time anyway, there was debates over where we were going to dry stuff, and the little clothes horse was at near that breaking point.
Right, okay.
So Sean proposed that we would hang a washing line in the house.
What? Hang on now. This isn't Angela's ashes now we're dealing with.
But it was
what
going
the
to be.
fuck? Like,
Yeah, he was thinking about putting an old bolt over the hot press and then a corresponding bolt the other side of the room and hanging a washing line where we could actually put our drawers on. But it wasn't about the washing line for Sean. He was just getting vexed about the fact that, he was stuck in the house and he had no gigs.
I know what you're saying. No, but I know what you're saying.
But I objected.
Yeah, no, but what really he was saying there was, well, I might as well hang my clothes all over the place then. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I thought it was a serious proposal. Okay,
No, I think it was a vexed proposal.
Yeah, it was
and
a
of course,
cry. It was a cry for help.
It was a cry for help, and I walked straight into it. I came in and I said, Sean, that's a ridiculous idea. Yeah. I've got a job and I'm still working away and I'm having a great time. Yeah. You're stupid with your big clothesline idea.
Okay.
To which he got vexed to me then and he said, well, fine.
Right.
Off the room he went.
I'm moving out.
No, he didn't say that.
Right.
Yeah. He off the room he went and I went up and apologised.
Oh, did you?
And then I kind of said, well, let's look at this situation. Maybe we'll get a bigger clothes horse.
Mm-hmm. But that could have been a good one to start with, I think, mostly. Can I just say that you're a really good apologiser, though?
I don't think so.
No, I think you are.
Yeah, well,
I think you're a better man than I am to stand and say.
Oh, but I hate the unpleasantness of
Sorry
it.
about that. No.
Yeah, well, sure. I open most phone calls with sorry for annoying you now.
Yeah, you too. No, but you are brilliant though at going, that wasn't right now, Jaxie. And you always use Jaxie as well.
Yeah. Anyway, me and Sean never fell out. That's the crack. He brought the forks back this evening. Everything's fine. Now, Sean Moncrief.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was going to say something else there as well. Oh yeah, the only time ever. This is terrible. Because like me and Derek would have lived together when we first moved to Sligo and stuff.
Yeah.
And the only time that we ever fell out fully, and obviously tensions were running high because we were gigging together every night and then living together. Man.
Yes.
The only time the tensions ever ran, I farted in the car one time.
Right.
And I put the child lock on the windows.
I didn't know you could have a child lock on windows.
We know the way you can put the lock on the windows, so no one else can put the windows down.
What kind of a fancy car were you driving at the time?
I was driving a 00 Nissan Almera, and it was the best car I ever owned.
And you're telling me you could manually lock all the windows in the car?
Yes, you could. And we were driving by the guard station on Teeling Street, right? About to come up onto Pierce Road.
I'm with you. Yeah, I could see it.
Just by Chapel Street, right? And I thought it was a joke, right? Yeah. So, and then he was like, man, that's right.
Yeah. You farted.
Yeah.
A bad one.
Yes. And then I was like, I'll make a joke here now with him for like 5 or 6 seconds.
And you locked the car down.
So, and I thought he'd go, oh, that's Puck, man. You fucking... And then I was going to obviously let the window open.
Yeah.
Right? But he got annoyed and then I got stubborn. And I was like, right, well, if you're going to get annoyed, man, sit in that now. And I wouldn't the whole way. And this is why he's better than I am as well. Because I was going, fuck you prick kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he said to me...
Over a fart.
He said, don't talk to me until I just calm down.
Until you calm down?
No, until he calms down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he knew that he had the betterment of it because he knew he was going to look foolish.
Okay.
And he didn't want to be the fella in the car screaming about a fart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He didn't want to end up falling out with
No,
you. Because years later, what happened with you and Mark?
He
You know,
farted
you have
in Almira.
farted in Almira, and he wouldn't let me open the window.
So he knew he had the restraint to go, don't look or talk to me just for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to end up roaring. You're right. You know what I mean? But that was the only time that that was the worst we ever fell out. But anyway, Sean Moncrief,
Love Island.
Joanne was on it chatting about it.
Yeah.
And he posed the question to them, how close to this is Big Brother? And you said about the diary room area.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Big Brother, when we were growing up,
Yeah.
was the ultimate reality show. All of which I would certainly be confident in saying was real.
Yeah.
Every single thing that happened in Big Brother happened because they were stuck in a house with no TV, no nothing, and then they lost their heads with each other. So all of it was real. So Sean Moncrief asked her, how close is Love Island to Big Brother? To which she said, it's nothing like it. They film 6 days a week. There's no episode on the 7th. It's not all live TV. They only film really at certain parts of the day. When they have dinner, production comes in for an hour or two and chats to them.
Okay.
When they're on their off day, they're allowed to chip around down to the beach in Mallorca, fucking get a Jackie Tan.
Go away.
Right? So it gave me peace of mind.
Right.
Because I said, oh, it's fake.
Okay.
I was like, oh, well, that's all right then,
Yeah,
because it's a television program now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so you don't just look at them as stupid people.
Yeah.
With the stupid heads in them.
No, silly. I think I'm trying to stop saying stupid because the only person that's stupid is me.
Yeah.
I try to say silly.
Okay, the silly heads.
Yeah, the big silly heads on them.
So you're reassured by the fact that you know now that there's a production element to it.
I get peace of mind going, maybe they're not really like that.
Yeah.
No. So
but I do think this is why Sean Riley's so hooked on it now, because he's enjoying there is reality in the way they're dealing with each other. Like, you do honestly see that I don't think it's an act.
No, I'm sure, like, when they read the script, I'm sure they...
There's no script.
But these are actors, Raymond.
They're not actors. One of them is an actor, and she's the worst of the whole lot of them.
No, every single one of them, I hate saying this, they're all... I learned that today on Sean Moncrief.
No.
Every one of them are actors.
They're
Raymond.
not. There's no script. There's no.
Everyone that's ever been on
Stop
Love
it
Island.
now.
Sorry, no.
You're actually trying to ruin my dreams here.
I'm not trying to do anything. I listened to it today, man. It was about 3 hours ago. She was in around half hour.
Right.
She was on it.
And what qualifications is this lady?
This lady has the qualifications, the same ones we have, Ray. She's level 5 in podcasting. And she's level 4 in comedy.
But yeah, but she wasn't on. But she wasn't on the.
No, but she knows the crack. She knows all of it, man. She has her own podcast on it. Of course she does. She said every single one of them that's ever been on it is an actor. So that's all of them.
You're vexing me now.
No, but that's what
I'm going to fall out.
It's great to know.
Stop
I'm now not getting annoyed at the show now when you were.
And I am.
Okay, so there you go.
I won't even enjoy it this evening now when I go home to watch it.
But what's happening in it now? What's the story with Maldive or David?
Davide. Well, that's the only one we're kind of following on behalf of the podcast.
Why?
Because he's
we're sponsoring him, are we?
Yeah, we're sponsoring Davide. And this
lovely.
year, yeah. Bad week for Davide.
And what about Feck and Sue?
Feck and Sue went off and shifted the new Davide that came in.
There's 2 Davides in
Well,
it now.
there's a new Davide called Jay.
So he's not Davide.
He's not
David J.
David J.
Okay.
Right, yeah. So David J anyway. So she snuck up in the terrace, shifted the face of David J.
Why?
Why? Because she fancied him more and she wasn't getting enough attention off David J.
All right, okay. So, but does Davide have any interest in this yoke?
Davide had an interest in it, but then all of a sudden got a bit suspicious when she kept disappearing along with David J. And then David J found out then, and there was just a bit of a war over that.
And what did Davide say?
Oh, he called her every Italian name under the sun.
He called her a bollocks, a gobshite. He called her all the Italian ones.
Yeah, shite hawk, yeah, my mother would say.
You feckin' shite hawk. Feckin' Sue. Can I
He
tell
called
you?
her a liar.
So I unfortunately know what Feckin' Sue looks like.
Yes.
Right? Now, which is, in my eyes, not real.
What do you not find real about her?
Well, just I'd say probably her face.
Oh,
so
right.
And I'm not saying that might be due to makeup or it might be due to
significant cosmetic investment.
Prosthetics.
Right.
Yes, Raymond. Could be due to significant cosmetic investment.
Yeah.
Okay. Which could be said for quite a lot of them that I've seen on the program, except for. And it's funny that I don't know her because she's obviously not very popular. But there's only one Bjor in there I've seen that looks like a real person.
Which one is she?
And she's some blonde woman.
Oh, right.
I saw her sitting down one day, Raymond, on the couch. Can I go for a chat? Whatever the fuck they say. Come over here and I'd rub your leg and tell you that I'm into you.
Yeah.
So, and she didn't even have no makeup on, I don't think, at one stage.
No.
And I thought, there's a right good woman now.
You enjoyed her?
Do you know what I mean?
That's Tasha, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
Tasha. Okay.
And she is actually, did you know that she's hearing impaired?
She's hearing in what?
Yeah.
What?
She's hearing. Stop it now. Jesus Christ. Talk about handling something nicely. And all of a sudden you make an absolute bastard.
So is she deaf?
She was deaf, and then she got a cochlear implant.
Okay, and we're not going, so we'll just move past that. What did you call it?
Cochlear implant.
Okay, and
cochlear implant.
We won't say what's it called?
I think it's called that. Cochlear implant.
Cochlear implant. Okay.
Yeah.
She get another.
It's a white joke on the side of her ear.
Class. I really like that girl, by the way.
I do worry about the Love Island bits because if we drag them out any bit at all, I worry that people will, they don't age well.
Well, Ray, shut up about it. Be wearing about it at all. Do you want to hear about my day?
Yeah.
Right. We're at a stage of pregnancy now, Raymond, where it's starting to get a bit uncomfortable. Right? Not just for Nicola, for me as well. I'll tell you why. I'm not in the prime of my life no more. Right? Nicola telling me I need a yoga ball. Right?
Oh, is that what you were playing with downstairs?
Yeah, you have to bounce above and top of it. Apparently, it takes the pressure off her uterus.
Right.
And the baby as well. Okay.
Right. So you now bought a yoga ball.
He did. We're trying to get the baby to move around inside in the thing to see what the crack is. Because there's certain ways a baby would lie on you that'll make you pure uncomfortable. And
like the shoulder into you.
Oh, he could shoulder into you, man.
Yeah.
Easy enough now.
Yeah.
She could shoulder into you. I've had your kick yesterday. Tell you that.
Ah, that's nice.
Couldn't believe it.
That's lovely.
Nicola said, feel that there. I
have a
said,
little feel, little touchy of that there now.
trying to watch this fella play Call of Duty, and then all of a sudden it boozed me into the hand.
Yeah.
It's actually outrageous the power you can get in it. But anyway, okay. A yoga ball, Ray.
Yeah.
I said, Nicola, I'm the big dick round here. I tried pumping it up. I was half the fucking day.
I was wondering how you got it in
I had to use a foot pump, Ray. And when I saw the foot pump, I said, lovely, I'll have this up in no time. I ended up having to create games to stop me from passing out.
Jesus.
Right? Because I'm so, but you get that way after about 6 months pregnancy. I'm really unfit and uncomfortable right now.
Right.
I was trying to pump this thing up, and sweet suffering. Do you know what I ended up having to do? What's that song?
Why didn't you bring it up to the filling station and put 32 psi in it?
I wanted to put 32 psi. Yeah. That's the first thing I thought. I wanted to get onto
the box.
I wanted to get onto the manufacturer and say, "What's this? An R16? Is it 32?" Yeah. I wanted to put PPSI in it or whatever the hell it is, a PPNI. In a broad net, but I had to foot pump it up, Ray, and I was like that, kicking, and the only way I could get myself through it is I sang that as a catch a go-go, to try and keep myself on beat. I'm too shy, I'm too, because that's actually the perfect song to pump up with, because if you go for anything faster,
you're only gotta pump it up.
No, too fast.
Pump it up. You gotta pump it up.
No, because that's too. It was too. Well, that would have been too fast.
You wouldn't fit to do that.
I'm too shy. That's a good method. You know what I mean? And it means they're getting the full pressure down on top of the foot pump, broadness.
Right.
And then I said to Nicola afterwards, "There's not much space for this in the house. I might take it down every night and put it back up again." But would I shite in hell?
No,
man?
you will
Honestly,
not.
I'm not joking. I think I might have been an hour. And I can tell you this much, Ray.
Yeah.
I'm never having a baby again because
Why?
I don't want to be blowing up a ball like that ever.
But you only do it once.
I know, but this is the shit thing. Nicola's down there bouncing around on that now, man. Like she's in a fucking playground.
Do you get to use it?
Huh? No, I don't want to use it. I won't ever see it ever again. But she's bouncing around on it there like she's in a fucking playground. And no one ever realises, like, she's giving out about being uncomfortable. I had to blow that joke up.
Yeah.
No one ever talks about what the fella actually has to go through.
Huge sympathy for you here.
No, but I think there should probably be. And I'm being serious when I say that now. No one ever thinks of the fella in a pregnancy.
No, they don't.
Can I also say as well, Ray, we have a book donated by the HSE.
Oh, yeah.
Right, to us.
On the pregnancy.
Every page is as shocking as the one before us, if not worse.
What kind of things have you learned?
I learned that I won't be standing.
What?
For sure. I had to learn a lot of things. There's obviously a lot of different ways that you can give birth, okay?
Yeah.
You can get an epidural.
What is that now?
Now, an epidural will take away the pain, right? But it'll also, because it releases all the muscles down below.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it just loosens things out.
Loosens everything out.
It's like, what do you call them? What do you call them? The things that people take to loosen things up.
Popper.
A popper, yeah, it's like a popper.
Yeah.
Is it illegal?
And you'd have an arse then like a blow up page.
So she takes popper.
You can get an epidural, right? And that'll loosen everything up, and it'll also numb the whole lot of you.
Oh,
right?
lovely.
But the problem with that is you don't feel anything.
Right.
And
And you don't enjoy them. You don't enjoy the birth then.
Not even that you don't enjoy the bird. Nick like a shite in the ground, you wouldn't even know.
Fair enough, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I'd have to go into her and say, Nick, love your shite. Okay, just letting you know that now.
Fair enough.
So that is.
Speaking of shiting, did you know that I didn't know that we talk about this word, but you know the baby.
What?
The baby sometimes can poo in the inside.
Yeah, I know. I heard that too. Yeah. But is it not? But how?
I nearly fainted when Laura told me that. I fainted. I actually, it has taken me months to come to terms with the fact that sometimes
someone could
a baby
can.
It took me a long time to. I got very woozy that
This is
particular
all
day.
the stuff that I'm learning now.
Oh
Ray.
my God! So epidural, right? That's one way of doing it.
That's
Is there
one
another
way.
way then when you're in a bath?
Yeah, you could do it in a bath as well.
A water
So,
bath.
Ray, some people go for a shite in the jacks. And the fucking baby comes out. That's true as God. Did you ever watch the TLC, the Learning Network? Or the Learning Channel, as I've said it before. No, it's not the Learning Channel. You could go into the jacks. Laura could tip into the jacks now. Not know she's pregnant, shite house baby. Honestly.
And of course, babies can swim as well, so they're sound.
Oh, they swim away, they go up the U-bin, they come out the toilet downstairs. That's the delivery. It's like one of those post office things. It shoots down.
Tell me though, the water. Any details on the water one?
No, I haven't really fully looked into the water one because
Okay.
Nicola's not giving birth in a bath.
What's she going with?
No, well, I mean, hopefully you'd go for the natural. I don't know if she's going to get an epidural.
Is the epidural is where she numbs everything up. And what's a C-section then?
Now, that's the other thing as well. Your baby might be in what they call breach, right?
Oh,
And
of contract.
I said it is a breach, man. It's a breach of my lifestyle, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, that is wrecking everything. It could be a breach of the contract that you binded with them that they would come out normally and not affect anything.
Yeah.
If the baby's in breach, it means that it can't be birthed normally, Raymond.
Okay.
So that means then you'd get a C-section.
What does the C stand for?
A cesarean.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
didn't think you'd know that.
Yeah, it is a cesarean. I'm reading the book, man. I'm trying to be,
Yeah, you're trying to be a good
proactive.
daddy.
Trying to be proactive in all
Yeah.
of this. The C-section then can happen if your baby is in breach, or also I think you can decide to have a C-section as well.
Yeah.
For Nicola's being as powerful as she ever was.
Yeah.
She's going, I don't care which way it comes out as long as it comes out.
Fair play to her.
You can go on me arse for all I care.
Yeah.
That's what she said, her words.
Her
okay?
words,
No.
right.
Okay. Me, on the other hand, I'm not great when it comes to
Oh, you're not great with any of this.
bodily functions.
Are you going to eat the placenta?
You dirty, rotten fuck.
Isn't that a thing?
That is a thing.
Yeah. Apparently it's good for you.
Dirty bastards. I'm sorry now.
You don't enjoy that.
I don't
no?
like calling people out.
No, a little placenta smoothie.
That is absolutely. I'm sick.
A
Ray.
little bowl of cornflakes and placenta.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's absolutely what the I'm so sorry if there's mothers out there that they're probably going to tell me now, no, it's a really natural thing to do, whatever. That is your insights.
No, you're not at all.
But you are, Ray. Why are you
not.
saying you're not?
Well, I suppose it is a small degree of cannibalism, but
Some people put it into the fridge
Yeah.
and they'll take it out like they would the cheese. I might have a bagel. You want a bagel? What do you
Yeah.
want in the placenta? Them people, I don't know.
You're finding yourself quite squeamish and so.
I'm finding it hard to suss that if this baby doesn't come out clean and normal, what if I'm going to be able to stand up or not?
And when you say clean and normal, is that like out in a little 3-piece suit with a little briefcase?
I'd love if the baby came
Hello.
out, smoking a Benson.
Yeah.
Just shows you, Ray, they'd 100 different variables involved. And reading that book, you end up going, oh my God.
How big is the book? How many pages?
She'd be the far side of, she's more than 10, less than 15,000.
I was. Right, that narrows
So-
it right down there.
Yeah.
I must borrow it off you and have a little look.
Oh, have a right look at it, Ray.
Well, because I'd like to ask you some questions on it.
Oh,
No,
see how much
well,
I know.
see how well you're doing it.
Feck it. That's
Actually,
not a bad idea.
I'll come up with a baby quiz for next week
That's not a bad idea, man. That's a great idea.
and see how prepared you are for this event.
for fatherhood.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very good, actually.
Very good.
Because it's quite daunting when you see it. But women, fair play to yours.
Yeah,
just
they're
go-
marvellous.
They just go, yeah, no bother, I'll do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's my shit from now.
That's
And
literally your
I'll
shit
keep you
from now.
updated as it goes.
Thank you very much.
Keep you updated as it goes, and let's do a baby quiz next week. Ray, is there anything else that you want to get to?
I have a few bits. Well, actually, very little. I did my usual run down there before I left the house,
And
I
none of
was-
it made it.
And none of us met it. So
Okay.
I'm going to just have to do. First of all, I tell you about my day, but it wasn't today. It was Saturday.
So a day that you
A
had.
day that I had.
Okay.
I was doing a bit of sound for Sligo's premier mic stand provider.
Oh, Vinny Higgins.
Vincent Higgins.
Shinny Higgins.
He sent me out to Markree Castle,
Oh.
which I must admit is one of the finest wedding venues
It's
for
unbelievable. isn't it?
weddings. It's just opulence.
But also, like, easy.
Oh, well,
No, easy for them to maintain.
yes.
Because-
How?
Because they're not allowed to change anything.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Hey, don't paint that wall.
Don't paint that wall. It's,
Suppose
it's
that's
it's
an
a
antique
castle
wall. Yeah, that's
it's
a castle wall. You can't touch that. Don't change that window. They don't have to update. Their overheads are so minimal.
Do you know what the worst thing about castles are?
Go on.
They're big.
Yeah,
Big
well,
old spots.
yeah, it's also the best thing about
I
them.
walked about 21 kilometres on Saturday doing sound
It's
for this
like
wedding.
Markree.
I was doing laps of Markree Castle.
Jesus, yeah, no, it's a fine spot though. Were you not down in the dungeon? No, doing
No, I
the-
didn't do the dungeon. What I was doing sound in the dining room
Oh, yeah.
because they had surprises
Two dining
before
rooms.
and after the dinner.
Was it singing waiters?
No, not
What?
singing waiters. It was Celtic tenors, I believe they were.
Right,
So it was like proper stuff, like
much.
I couldn't tell you. But these boys,
So, can I just say that the entertainment, me and Ray obviously both work in that entertainment industry or whatever. That's such a big thing to say when you hear about a thing that went on.
yeah.
Oh yeah, did you hear the two
Yeah.
boys? Did but two boys do the singing waiter? Oh yeah, how much?
it gets better though.
Go on.
So the five lads are the Celtic tenors. So I had to put loads of speakers in the dining room for that.
Right.
And the idea was then they were going to walk then out of the dining room onto the veranda.
Right.
Where the Celtic tenors then, I think it's the Celtic tenors. Other than that, it was just tenors. 5 tenors. It was 50 quid's worth of lads. 50 quid's worth of singers. Okay. So out in the veranda they came and they did their first dance out in the veranda.
Oh, brilliant.
And then there was a surprise guest. The bride, fair play to her, she got a surprise for her husband.
Okay.
Her husband apparently would be a big Paul Harrington fan.
He wrote the rock and roll jigs.
He did.
Yeah.
And who did he write it with?
He wrote it with Charlie McGonagall's.
Charlie McGettigan.
Yeah, Charlie McGonagall.
Yeah, and when I told my father about this, my father said, "Where was Charlie?"
Yeah.
And I said,
They don't live together.
They don't live together. Well, surely they travel as a package. You hardly just got Paul Harrington on his own.
I think they just wrote one song. Like,
yeah, but my aunt lad was upset that they had left Charlie McGee. And did they sing Rock and Roll Kids? I said, they did.
Yeah.
And Charlie, and him living local as well. Why didn't they have Charlie with them?
Do you not think like that Charlie, when he lands to gigs now, when someone says Rock and Roll Kids, he goes, I will fucking lose their heads.
Well, Paul Harrington seemed quite happy to sing Rock and Roll Kids to this couple and their guests.
Right, Paul Harrington's on News Talk as well, you know. He brings a classic song every week.
He's a tremendously lovely gentleman.
Oh, wonderful.
He wears a purple suede dinner jacket.
Who is he? Prince? The fuck? Prince Harrington.
But anyway, the crack here. So it was a marvellously beautiful wedding.
Okay.
Right? The problem was it was weather dependent. The idea of bringing people outside had to rely on the weather.
Always a risk.
Yeah, so
Always
it was a lovely
risk.
day up until about halfway through the dinner and the start of the clouds started rolling in here in Sligo.
They were having dinner outside as well?
No, the dinner was inside.
Oh, okay.
But I'm looking out the window at the speakers I had set up outside for this marvellous event that was going to happen. And only very few of us knew because the Paul Harrington bit was a surprise.
Okay. He was hiding in the dungeon.
He was hiding in the car.
Locked up. He actually, if you don't know this, sorry, we must say this. Paul Harrington is a prisoner in Maracree
Castle, yeah.
So he is in the dungeon all the time.
And they whip him out at times like this.
They wheel him out whenever Ray brings the speakers.
He's the deluxe extravaganza package.
Yeah. They do feed him calf nuts and stuff, and he's happy enough.
Yeah,
Obviously, he has a trough. And,
so just before the Celtic tenors, we'll call them, and hopefully that's who they are.
Yeah.
Just before they took to the stage or to the dining room, midway through the desserts.
Is your man Fury in this tenors?
I couldn't tell you who. There was a fella named Simon, lovely fella. That's why I was dealing with.
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
So
Simon says
the desserts anyway. They were like, right, what are we? The bride came out, and I have to say this about the bride. I've never seen a better project manager in my life.
Go away.
That woman was totally involved in the running of this day.
Did she have a little headset on and everything like
I was
Monica?
expecting her to have a little walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on now, we need this to move, we need you to do that, and we need this, that. But she's still doing all that with having the greatest day of her life.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, fair play to her.
Multitasking.
Hey, that's what women are capable of. We're not able for it, Ray.
Anyway, she says to me, I really want this to be outside. Okay. But if it has to be inside, I'll take it inside.
Lovely.
I didn't mean it to come across like that. I said I'll do it in reception if I have to. Okay. To which I said, okay, so you're telling me the setup that's outside. She said you wanted it outside and now you want it inside. Okay. I said, okay, I'll move everything inside. So I went out, ran around the castle. At this stage I was tired.
Right.
And it was raining. Yeah. And I moved the speakers inside into the reception area.
Okay.
Right?
Did you have battery power speakers?
No, they were plugged in jobs.
Did you run cable?
So,
you had to run umbilical cord.
Yeah. So anyway, so I dragged it all in, right? And then then it started to clear up. Just
jeez.
So I says to her, look, it's your special day. If I can try and get it out, if 10 minutes before these lads finish singing to you in the dining room, it's still dry, I'll move it all back out again. Lo and behold, 10 minutes, I seen a clearing come in the sky.
Right. So
and I moved it all back out again.
And did it...
And Paul Hearn was sitting in the car looking at me, running in and out.
He was sitting in the dungeon. out of his
looking out of his cell. But in the end, anyway, they went ahead outside.
Okay, and it worked outside.
It worked just about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but as in what I mean is the whole surprise and all that.
Oh, it was marvellous, yeah.
He loved it.
Yeah, and the fireworks man, he managed to get off 3 out of the 4 fireworks as well.
Not bad.
Not bad when it's
Not
wet.
bad now, in fairness. That's one of the best I've seen now, 3 out of 5.
But I then got soaked taking it all down.
Why? Because they came and cleared it.
It started hammering then. Once they got done, I was in bits. Then I got drenched.
Can I tell you about my outside experience in Markree?
Oh, you can.
Can you maybe tell me if I've told this on the podcast before?
I probably will, yeah.
Okay. Did I tell you about the American wedding I went to in Markree?
I don't remember it.
Okay, that's good because hopefully other people don't. Except for the people that listen to all the episodes in like 2 months when they find us.
Yeah, they'll probably...
Because then they'll be like, oh, you only told this one last week. That was 3 years ago, Sheila.
You're sure
3 years
you've told
ago,
this
Sheila.
before and so?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't a clue. Because I can't remember if it was during the podcast or not.
Before you get
happened.
into it,
yeah.
I just want to mention that my mother said to me that don't be getting wet, you'll catch your death of cold.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I
got wet on Saturday night and I was down for the count for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
My mother was right. It turns out cold isn't viral. It's actually just if your kidneys get wet.
Your kidneys can get wet.
Well, I got wet and I presume it was my kidneys and they got a chill.
Hang on, no, you see through something there. Are you seeping?
Anyway, go
You're
on.
like a
American
sponge.
wedding, Markree Castle.
I went to the American wedding in Markree Castle. Remember I did a gig the night before an American wedding in Fiddlers? And they all came in and there was like 100 of them and they were like, we want you.
No.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
American lad, Malibu.
Oh, lovely spot, yeah.
Big sexy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much money your man had. I'd say it was close to 17 billion
Right.
euro or something, probably in assets.
They were expensive.
He had a big Revolut account. Okay.
Yeah.
So he lands over, says to Churchy Broad and Fiddlers,
Yeah.
put tunes on.
Yeah.
Right? I run this place.
Yeah.
Yo, bitch. Right? Put tunes on, Churchy.
Yeah.
Right? Churchy said, I'm going to ring Kendy.
Ringing tunes.
Number 1 fella that
Yeah.
I'm going to get in. So I hop in, play for all of them the night before the wedding.
Yeah.
He's marrying a woman.
Right.
Okay, just to let you know that. I don't know why he said that.
Well, in this day and age, it matters.
But I don't know why I still had to say it. He's marrying the woman.
Yeah.
Right. Now, he says to me, can I just say sorry as well before I go any further? It was very extravagant and I was hugely interested in the lifestyle that he was living. And he was very like, I was like, this guy is fucking, I want to know what this fella does because he's a bit mental, if I'm being honest, like extravagant and mental.
Can you describe him just for the mind's eye? Was he tall, small, tanned, old?
He was a
withered?
man, he was between the age of 10 and 60.
Right.
And he was probably between 5 and 8 foot tall.
That's shite.
I'd say his,
Come on,
his skin colour was something from
Tanned.
like Macaulay Culkin to Wesley Snipes.
Okay,
he was
stop
somewhere in
it.
between that.
Why won't you give
Okay?
me a description? Are you
Because
afraid
can't-
someone will know him?
No, I can't remember. No, you're never ever going to know this guy again, so it doesn't matter what I say about him really, but I just don't want to be a prick. Anyway, he was a man, right? A white Caucasian gentleman.
Had he a bit of weight on?
No, he was probably between 40 kg and 120.
Go on, right, fine. You're going to be deliberately non-specific.
He was probably in his 40s, coming into his 50s.
Okay,
and
thank
I
you.
would get the feeling that this is probably his second wedding.
Right, was
Do you know
she
what I
very
mean?
young?
She was a bit younger than him.
A bit?
Also, she was from a different, more exotic country.
Right.
Right, and she
Was she Russian or Asian?
And she was a no-rush man, too. Well, actually, she wasn't a rush. She wanted to get the pound before he died.
Okay.
Okay?
Sound.
So, no, she was actually like Indonesian or something.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Something
Sound.
along there anyway.
Yeah.
I think he was taking her out of Bafferty.
Okay.
But...
Doing his bit for the world. Right.
So they're all over. He says to me, do you want to come to the wedding tomorrow? I said, I fucking do, man.
I'd love that,
absolutely love that.
Yeah.
He says, bring your beer. I said,
Lovely.
Right, so I said to Nicola, we got to go at least have a look at this stuff.
Yeah.
This is going
So
to
you
be
were
nuts.
invited as guests?
Yeah, to Markree Castle.
Unreal.
As guests. This is the hottest day that has ever been in Ireland.
Okay.
Right? Everybody's sweating buckets. And they're getting married right out the back of Markree, above and top of the stairs. And everyone's sitting down in the garden.
Oh.
You know the garden area that
Gotcha.
leads up. What do you call it? The veranda.
The veranda.
While we're all sitting down there, he tells me this entrance is going to be fucking legit, Kendy.
It's going to be massive.
I said, I can't wait to see it, right?
Yeah. So it just strikes me as the two of you struck up a real unnatural friendship.
He
That, like he
messaged-
was kind of texting you on a well-crossed crack.
He emailed me.
You were buddies.
He emailed me after the wedding the next day, and he said, anytime you want,
Yeah.
come to Malibu.
Wow.
And I was like, shit. And me and Nicola genuinely thought about it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I might get diddled with. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't actually know this guy.
Yeah.
But him and his brother, so his brother was his best man. He was a drummer. Right? Him and his brother were like, come, we'll do gigs, we'll have all the crack in the world. Like,
Okay.
'cause, you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
So
yeah.
I was like, free holidays Malibu. He was like, I'll fly out, all that shit. Like,
So there's a big entrance coming.
yeah, so we're sitting down, nobody's to be seen. He's not to be seen. The best man's not to be seen. The bride's not to be seen.
No one that you knew.
The only man that's up there is the guy who was adjudicating this. The reason I say adjudicating it, Raymond, is because he was not a priest.
Right.
Okay.
What was
he was a celebrant.
Celebrant.
Right. So he was above getting ready to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The best man comes out of a hedge.
And there are many hedges in Mark Reid.
That's what I'm saying. You know, all the way down that garden in Mark Reid, there's a load of hedges.
He came out
right?
of one.
So he came out of it like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Drummer. Right.
Right. Okay.
And he bursts out, wow! Like
Right.
that. Right? He strikes a pose and he starts a little beat on the drums. Now, the beat that he started on the drums was the start of Bolero. Are you aware of? Do you know what Bolero is?
I know. I think it's
Bolero,
it's an ice cream, isn't it?
Ice cream. I'll have a Magnum. What you want? A Bolero?
Yeah, the Bolero. Yeah. How does it go? Is it Bolero?
No, you know the
Bolero.
You know the way it starts with the pop, 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 pop. They dance to it on the Dancing on Ice.
Yes.
You're on the two of them that will be on the Dancing on Ice. Right?
Yes.
So he starts that up. He comes out of a hedge. Doesn't look at anyone. Too stern. We're all turned around going, what the fuck? He's a snare drum underneath him and two sticks.
Yeah.
All of a sudden then, a load of other boys in kilts, they start popping out of hedges all over Mark Reid's land. Okay?
Wow. It's a flash mob.
It was a flash mob.
Kilted gentlemen.
Kilted gentlemen and pipes. Pipes playing,
Heaps
bagpipes, uilleann pipes, every kind of pipe you could think of.
You and Nicholas sitting there going, oh my God.
I was like, what the shit? And I thought, that was the deluxe extravaganza. The boys have popped out of hedges all over the place.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, about 30, 40 seconds into Bolero,
A helicopter.
the bride comes around the corner on a white horse
Get away.
and comes down
Like the old
land.
Spice ad.
You like the old Spice ad?
Except it wasn't a lad.
She comes down. Sorry, I forgot to say, the husband had popped out of one of the hedges as well. Right?
Was he also wearing a kilt and him hitting the drum, or was he on a pipe?
I think he didn't know what was going on. He was actually smoking a fag in
Right.
behind. He was like, oh shit, is this thing going?
Yeah, okay.
He pops out and makes his way up towards the celebrant, and then she comes around the corner on a white
On
horse.
was there or was there not a saddle?
What? No, she didn't go bareback. She was saddled.
She was saddled.
But
Good,
she was,
good.
what do they
That's
call
reassuring.
it? She was not strafed over the side of it with both legs on one side, whatever they call that. Anyway.
Oh, the ladies' way of riding
Yeah,
a
the
horse.
ladies' way of riding a horse. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can't, you'll cut the fanny off yourself. So she, you do serious damage, man, to the fanny. You'll get cauliflower fanny, man.
Right, go on!
It's an awful, cauliflower fanny is an awful thing to get.
Yeah,
So
sure.
and then they start falling in behind her with the drums.
Oh,
and
the
all
drums,
that,
yeah.
and
Didn't
all
frighten
that
the
stuff.
horse,
And
no?
no, it didn't frighten the horse at all,
Right,
man.
good.
The horse was also smoking fags. Everyone was smoking fags. Keep that in your head,
yeah,
okay?
yeah, okay.
They're all smoking fags.
Yeah,
This-
real California wedding.
And it was absolutely nuts. It was the most extravagant thing. Now, me and Nicola left before the meal.
Why?
Because here's why. I was all on for it
Yeah,
until I realised these are the biggest dicks of the biggest dicks.
yeah,
Malibu people
yeah,
in Markree Castle.
yeah.
They're going to be eating raw meat.
What?
I said they're going to be eating raw meat.
What do you mean raw meat?
There's a thing at weddings, fancy weddings.
Yeah.
It's like a sacrifice, Ray.
What?
I knew they were going to eat raw meat.
I did talking about.
They'd be eating meat too raw,
As in, like, steak, rare.
too rare.
But you can ask to have it well
No,
done.
you can't. You can't. It's too posh. It's too fancy and there's too much money flying around.
Where did you get this from?
Because I know what rich people are like who run the world
How
like
did
that.
you find that out? You're not rich.
They have a monopoly on the whole world. And because eating raw meat is one step away from eating the poor person. Do you know what I mean?
God,
So it's as close as they can get to sacrificing
So that's why
like
you
a child.
left. The reason you left this extravagant wedding, which could have been the best experience of your young lives,
Yeah.
was because he said, I'm not going to eat no sushi.
Yeah, no, it wasn't sushi, Ray. It's raw fucking meat.
And what kind of raw meats? What meats are you talking about?
I just know they were going to eat raw meat. Stop questioning it.
No, but what kind of meat?
Like beef. I knew that if what do you want, beef or salmon? I won't have smoked salmon because that's not cooked.
Yeah.
And I won't have raw meat.
It's cooked.
I knew that whatever they were going to throw in front of us was not going to be
Is this
something that...
genuinely the reason you
That's
left?
why I panicked with the dinner. I didn't want to be the fella who at the fanciest wedding the Sligo had ever seen. Malibu wedding. I didn't want to go, nuggets? Have you any nuggets? Or
But you
something?
would have got nuggets.
Have you a goujon? Nothing.
The
you
staff in
wouldn't-
Markree are very, very flexible.
Are you telling me that Markree, in all of the old stuff and the dungeons and
Yeah.
Paul Harrington down there, they have a deep freeze as well down
They
below, do
have
they?
Nicholas, the manager out there. He's the best manager I've ever seen in a hotel in my
Go
life.
away, is he? Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing: if you ask that man for nuggets, he'll say no problem.
You reckon he'd have
I'll
a
get you
nugget?
some fancy Markree Castle Paul Harrington tested nuggets.
Liquidate them out of Paul Harrington's drop as well downstairs. I do regret not hanging around to see what happened later. I think what would have happened, you know the dungeon bar that's downstairs in Mercury? Yeah. I think eventually we would have walked into that and there would have been, like I said, naked peasants in cages. And you could like throw tomatoes at them and shit. You know that?
It to me, Mercury seems to be the place where if you're thinking about getting married,
what a spot.
You have money.
Yeah, me and Nicola didn't, obviously. So you
don't need too much money. In fairness, they're fair reasonable.
No, it actually is incredibly reasonable.
You can get the package without Paul Harrington, the White Horse, the hedges, the pipes,
and Ray speakers, and Vinny's bike stand.
Yeah, and then you'll still come in somewhere.
You're talking 40. Ray, have you had else, Ray? Before we hit the
small bits.
Go on, hit me with the small bits.
Have you seen the new Hellman's ad?
No, mayonnaise or ketchup?
Mayonnaise.
All right, okay. Hellman's don't make ketchup. Go on. Or do they?
They do. There's a bit
question.
They have a drop of ketchup, yeah.
Go on anyway.
Hellman's have a new ad out, and I've seen it a number of times because I've been watching a lot of Love Island.
Right.
And it vexes me.
That reminds me, I never see ads. Go on anyway. So I don't remember the last time I seen an ad.
Yeah, do you ever think you'd try and maybe pay for the television service that you have?
Hang on, I do pay for it.
Yeah, whatever.
I can guarantee you 100% I'm not lying
Dodgy
right
box.
Now.
Anyway.
I pay for my television service. It might be to a fella in Alicante.
What I'm trying to say to you here is the Hellman's ad has come out, and they start off the ad with people looking longingly into fridges.
Okay.
And absolutely nothing in the fridge. Nothing worth looking at.
No.
Right? Much like when you don't do the shopping.
Yeah, or much like when you came in today and looked into it and said, for feck's sake.
I knew there'd be no beer in that fridge.
And you were, I was sorry about that, Ray. No, Ray. What do you want me to do, like?
Yeah.
Jesus
at least have the
Christ.
courtesy to get an old couple of bottles of Heineken for Ray, who calls once a week.
Anderson's and Blind Tiger, they fill it up every week, but try drinking it up.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Anyway, Hellman's looking longingly into the fridge, nothing there, and there is a jar of Hellman's, and it's just shining, obviously, because it's a Hellman's ad.
Yeah.
Right? And then they insinuate that because that jar of Hellman's is there, that they can throw some sort of a fousey together.
Yeah, but if there's nothing in it, though, that's a load of lies.
That's what I'm thinking.
Load of lies.
They're basically telling you that if you have only a tin of Hellman's or a jar of Hellman's, that you'll be able to have the loveliest dinners. Near fridge down below, right?
What would you do? The Guinness?
You take the tin of Guinness, you take the Pringles.
Yeah, you would, yeah.
Yeah. Mix it together, add some Hellman's.
Bit of Hellman's,
really
lovely meal.
Dinner.
An absolute tremendous meal. I have orange juice and mayonnaise. We get something out of it, like.
It's just a bit of a lie.
Load of shite.
Yeah.
The whole lot of, but ads are. Do you know what the thing about TV ads are bad, Ray? And I'm not trying to get at you, Danny, now, because I know you don't decide on them. Radio ads are way worse because the actors, they have to overact because it's on radio. Yeah. That drives me mad. You know, like if there's a radio ad for, let's say, razors, like, and all of a sudden it's like, Darren, you never went to the shop, Darren. Oh my God. And then he's like, well, shoot, I better go to the shop because I need Mac razors. I gotta go get the Mac razors. And then at the end, terms and conditions apply. These razors might not fucking cut your beard at all.
Yeah, I know.
They don't fucking cut your beard at all. At the end. You know what I mean? Darren and Maeve don't actually live together. They got divorced 10 years ago. Then might not cut your beard, terms and conditions apply. I can't believe you did this to me, Darren. We have no baby food in the house. What are we going to do? You can get your baby food delivered now. Can ya? You can't get your baby food really delivered, though. Terms and conditions apply. Darren and Maeve actually hate each other.
The baby food is regulated in the Central Bank of Ireland. I'm getting a pain now laughing at that.
Go on, anyway, Carl.
I have two last little bits and I might make it through them.
Go on, hit me.
Did you ever see, there was a book busking on, book busking.
Yeah, book busking.
Book busking on O'Connell Street last night. He was playing a grand piano.
What the what did he rub it in, man?
I don't know. He built it on the street and then sat him behind and started playing the script.
And he also had Paddock Hire's fucking stage, I'd say, as well, did he?
Yeah, just mad.
How the hell did he bring a grand piano onto
it was a grand piano. Well, it was a half-size grand piano. Maybe a baby grand.
It's called a baby grand.
But I think it was even half a baby.
So it was,
but it still had the look of a baby grand piano.
It was a feces grand.
Yeah. But just the notion, it's amazing where busking is going these days.
No, but come here, what was he playing? What was he singing?
He was singing all them nice, the script and that other,
The Man Who Can't Be Bothered.
The Man Who Can't Be Bothered. Yeah. He was playing all them kind of,
What's that? What the fuck is that?
Did you guess the song? Danny, do you know what the song is? Timbaland.
What the fuck?
What do you call that Timbaland song that these will be on? The band will be playing and the Timbaland comes in and goes,
Ray, how on earth am I supposed to know what Timberbox is singing, man?
Oh, I don't know the song. Actually, I will. When I'm editing this, I will put it in.
You're going to put in one because I don't think anyone else knows either. If I'm being honest
I
with
feel
you.
very, very on my own at that moment in time.
Not a clue, man. Definitely wasn't in Kendy anyway.
Reverse trash talk. John Cena. I seen him on a TikTok.
Oh yeah, do you know who he is? He's a WWE wrestler.
He is. Yeah, no, I enjoy him.
What's
But
reverse trash talk? The head and you, you're lovely.
Exactly.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
It's you saying nasty thing. No, great things about me in a nasty way.
That is all. Can I try it?
Yes, I was hoping you
Ray,
might.
you must be the most gorgeous fella I've ever seen in my whole life. And if truth be told, Ray, and I was being honest on this podcast, I've been looking at you for 12 years, Raymond, because actually, secretly, I'm a homosexual. I'd absolutely love to have sex with you.
Okay.
I would love if me and you could just sit down, Ray, and all I want to do is just cuddle you. I want to treat you exactly as you should be treated, Ray, which is like an angel. An angel! Like that stuff. Yeah. That's really good, isn't it? I love that. That's absolutely brilliant. That was probably a bit extreme because you could go, you know, you must be one of the most organized men I've ever met in my whole life.
Yeah. Or what is that song? Is like you're probably the most beautiful man in the whole wide room.
Well, I often say that. I always say, let's take Sean O'Reilly for a perfect example. After he sings the song, I always say, Sean is 100% one of the top 5 drummers in Lily's tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's totally true. I don't think I have much else. I had something about using Dunn's vouchers, but I think that was just about the satisfaction. They got €15 off the shop.
Ray, that's such a belt I'd nearly save it for next week.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to tune in next week where you'll hear all about me saving €15 in Dunn stores in Ballina.
Ray, they're fucking on the edge of their seats.
I'll tell you.
Honest to God. Listen, thanks very much to Danny for flicking the cameras off himself. He's an absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
Fair play to Anderson's and the Blind Tiger. We are back in Anderson's for a live podcast.
And I have some other news.
Go on.
What did you call it?
What's wrong with you? You fucking lunatic. What's wrong with you?
You said it earlier. You said live at the back passage is starting.
Out in Anderson's back passage.
Yeah.
Have you seen Anderson's back passage?
Anderson's have a back passage, right?
They do.
Right?
It's an outdoor back passage.
And they have a structure up inside it.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a bit of music on in the structure.
It's well guarded.
The structure is the marquee.
It is well looked after Anderson's back passage.
Yeah, they've had well cultivated.
And they're going to be starting live music out in that back passage again,
clean.
the marquee.
It's clean.
Very clean back
Clean.
passage on
Yeah.
Anderson's.
And
you can sneak into it. You don't have to go in the front door at all.
Anyway,
just go around the back passage.
All through the month of July,
Yeah.
Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre will be running tremendous events outside in their back passage. In the marquee.
They will.
In the marquee that has been built specifically for this.
And can I just say, I've actually gigged in Anderson's back passage last summer when you could only do outdoor. What an unbelievable atmosphere is in
It's
there.
a great atmosphere.
It's
And
unreal.
Kicks off 3rd of July, Johnny Gallagher and the Boxty Band.
Yoo!
And then there are other nights such as
The
Grill
4th
Radio.
of July.
No, the 4th of July, we're there.
Yes, but
savage,
I'm
yeah.
not sure if we're going to be outside or inside yet. We haven't decided fully yet. But
I
either
didn't even
way.
know there was an option. That'd be
No,
class.
I think there might be an option to do it outside, which would be nice.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
enjoy that.
Yeah, that'd be nice crack. No,
Johnny
maybe.
Gallagher might still be there.
Aye. Lads, I was only thinking about going. I got chatting to someone.
And then the Gorilla Radio Boys are playing of a Sunday. 65 are playing of a Sunday.
Lovely.
Laura Conway and friends are playing of a Sunday.
Lovely.
And the big one is the end of the month to be confirmed.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
That what a belt from that. So that's Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
And back passage.
Also, Blind Tiger as well. This is one thing we never actually say about Blind Tiger. You know, if you tip in there during the day,
Yeah.
it's one of the best cafes in the whole town.
It is.
No, genuinely, I'm not just saying that.
No, I
and
know
you can
that,
get
yeah.
Brendan's family business,
Yeah.
which is Brendan's.
It's his wife's cheesecakes.
Cheesy beef cakes.
Yeah.
Get them in there as well during the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough promotion of the whole crack.
Yeah.
Ray, fair play to me.
And fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck. The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items, and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.